Hello everyone and welcome to another Naxx boss guide. We're almost at the end, but not quite yet. We got a big frost dragon to get out of the way first. Check it out. Sapphiron can be reached after you have defeated and cleared all 4 main quarters. Before we get into nitty and gritty, the biggest tip you could get is to do this after Loatheb. Remember the spore guy? Yeah, those spores give you debuff/buff that lasts up to a minute. You should have at least 2 of them alive when boss is on low HP, but basically at around 2 or 3% of its HP stop all DPS and let 2 of them spawn. You will want to assign 2 groups of 5 of your highest DPS bumpers to get the spore buff. After that, quickly zone into Sapphiron's room and pull him immediately. There will be a roughly 20-second animation that you have to go through, after which the boss will engage in combat. Be sure to misdirect and tricks on the tank, pop lust and potions and go full nuclear on the boss. During this nuke period, your ranged and healers should be spread to the side and melee should never ever be in front of the boss or behind the boss. Sapphiron is a dragon, which means frontal cleave and tail swipe that will knock you back all the way to Narnia. If you're DPS or a healer, make sure to never stand in blizzards. They move slower than a grandma, so you're quite easy to dodge that. Biggest noob check of this fight is going to be life drain. It's a curse that takes over 12 seconds dealing damage and healing the boss for quite a lot. Decursing this is the priority number 1. Any DPS that can help removing life drain should do so. There is no individual that will be able to do more damage or provide more value than using a single GCD to remove it. So druids and mages especially, be sure to decurse this, it is very important. Boss itself has 2 phases, air phase and ground phase. You will start the fight in the ground phase and you will have roughly 50 seconds until it goes in the air. At that point, your whole roster should be spread at least 10 yards and wait for 3 ice blocks to land. After that, everyone needs to hide behind the ice block to prevent damage from the frost bomb that is about to come. The damage from the frost bomb is absolutely insane and cannot be absorbed, so be sure to hide behind the ice blocks, because otherwise you're dead. During this air phase, it is highly recommended to rotate cooldowns such as Aura Mastery with Frost Resistance Aura, Divine Sacrifice, Healing Him, and Tranquilities. After the boss lands, you will go through the ground phase again and repeating everything from before. Dodge the blizzards, decurse, and never touch the face or the ass. Note that on very low HP, boss will not go in the air. So if you manage to push Sapphiron to 10% HP or lower, it will stay permanently on the ground until killed. 10 and 25 men are pretty much the same in terms of strategy. Only difference is that 25 man mode has higher values in terms of damage taken and is more of a clusterfuck since you have to deal with more people. On both modes you will want to use 1 tank, so be sure the guy tanking is not made out of paper. This is one of those bosses that likes to slap, so be sure that you're tanky. A side note for frost resistance is that you need no frost resistance gear with that stat. Back in the day of hardcore clicking and keyboard turning, that was the case. But nowadays with spaceship UIs and Adderall pumpers, you can easily out-heal any damage coming your way. That being said, having at least 1 Disco Priest and Resto Druid is absolutely massive. Their shields and healing overtime will be very effective since there is a constant AoE damage impacting the raid. If you're struggling on this boss, bring an extra healer. It will make your life a lot easier. I wish you the best of luck in this fight and I hope this video was helpful for you and your guild. Make sure to smash that like button and sub for more Wrath content. You can also find me live on Twitch. Link is in the description of the video. And on that note, roll the outro.